Hi there! If you're a kid and you want to go vegan, then this video is for you. Going vegan can be hard sometimes. When you're a kid in a non-vegan family and your parents or guardians are unsupportive of your decision to not eat animals anymore, it can feel downright impossible. But don't lose hope. Today I've brought together 24 of the top experts in this field to share their best advice. Who are these most wise souls? Real vegan kids, of course. Hi, it's Emily from Bite Size Vegan, and welcome to another Vegan Nugget. I'm excited to be making another video for you with my friends, some awesome vegan kids from around the world. In just a little bit, we're going to hear from them on how to go vegan if your family is not supportive. If you don't already know, being vegan means you don't eat animals or anything that comes out of them, like milk, yogurt, eggs, and cheese. I've made some videos just for you, all about meat, milk, eggs, and more, including more interviews with real vegan kids. If you want to check out any of those videos, they will be linked right there and down below, so you can watch them next. I've also done a couple videos on how to talk to your parents or how to deal with being the only vegan in a family. Those will be linked below as well. Let me introduce you to who you'll hear from today. There's Elvis, who's 3.5 years old and lives in Hawaii in the United States. Kevin, who's 13 and from England and the Philippines and currently living in Bahrain. Lilah, who's 8, and Lex, who's 6, both from Massachusetts in the United States. JoJo, who's 4 years old from London, England. Lexie, who's 13 from the South in the United States. Ronya, who's 14, and Ollie, who's 8, both from Waiheke Island in New Zealand. Dylan, who's 6.5 from Tel Aviv, Israel. Carolina Ali, who's 13 and from Tennessee in the United States. Ryan, who's 4, and James, who's 11, both from Rawtenstall, England. And new this time, we have Haley Thomas, who's 14 from Arizona in the United States, Gala, who's 9, Jude, who's 11, and Amina, who's 10 from Brisbane, Australia, Jesse Jace, who's 4 from New York City in the United States, Alejandro, who's 7, and Jordan, who's 13 from California in the US and Guam, Maddie, who's 12 from Minden, Massachusetts in the United States, Taylor, who's 13 from Ontario, Canada, Thomas Ponce, who's 14 from Florida in the United States, Georgia, who's 16 from Yorkshire in the United Kingdom, and Isaiah, who's 7 from Boston, Massachusetts in the United States. Before we hear how to go vegan with unsupportive parents, let's get a reminder from the younger kids about why being vegan is important.
We're vegan because we don't want to eat any animals because we love them. I want kids to be healthy and strong. I don't get sick a lot. I love kids being vegan. Yeah, it's pretty easy not to eat animal food. Because I know that the animals in my save the planet. I love my food already. You don't need to eat animals like us. So you just eat fruits and vegetables. Because our body shouldn't be a graveyard filled with dead animals. They should be filled with a bunch of food. Like falafel, everything vegan. Because we save animals. Animals are so great. I think we should all try to treat them how they want to be treated.
And now, some great tips for going vegan when you don't have your family's support.
Just introduce it slowly into your household. Go to your parents and be like, maybe on Thursdays we can have a vegan night, and just slowly introduce it, and eventually your parents or your relatives or whoever will start to realize how good and delicious the food is, and that can really help as well. But also the education part. You know, if you sit down with your family and you talk about the benefits of the lifestyle, how not only it can improve your own health, but also the health of the environment and animals, then it kind of puts a different perspective on things. And
I think, for one, they should watch your videos. If they're trying to go vegan, then they should watch lots of videos and try and find stuff in the supermarkets and that when they're going around, and when you're downtown and that, going shopping. Just look for foods that that are vegan.
If you are in that situation, definitely research information about being vegan, and it's all about letting people know. If you present your parents or your guardians with a logical statement and with factual information, and you're calm, then you will definitely be able to change their mind about it. And if you show them that you're truly passionate about it, if you show them that you truly want to be vegan, then they will say yes. and they will have a change of mind and possibly a change of heart.
Number one thing is to do your research. Because when you have facts and the sources to those facts, and you can show them to other people, and you can confidently say, here's where I get my protein. Because I guarantee you're going to need that. I guarantee you're going to need where you get your iron, your B12, your vitamin D, all that stuff. Because normally the reason they don't want you to be vegan or they have concerns is because they care about you. If it's your parents, it's not because they want you to kill animals. It's because they think that you're going to be deficient in something or there's going to be problems that could negatively affect you. But when you can prove to them being vegan has no negative impact on you or anything else, then they will be more accepting of it.
I would go grocery shopping with your parents, and sometimes it is boring for some kids, but for me it's not boring because my dad lets me buy food, like vegan food. Processed foods, they're usually more expensive than just whole foods, like in bulk. So you could talk to your parent and be like, oh, apples are really healthy. Can we just buy a bag of those instead of that bag of Cheez-Its or like some cheesy potato chips? And then just try to do like small changes, and maybe your parents would let you like eat more apples instead of like cheesy junk food or something.
One thing I found for me was that if you don't want to stand up to your parents, which I didn't, because I found that very difficult, is just try to take charge of your own cooking and your own things. So I would cook almost all of my dinners, and I would always make myself lunch for school anyway, and then I would make myself breakfast because they're gone. So only once or twice a week when Dad cooked would I have a non-vegan dinner, because often I was already vegetarian and so I already cooked myself food when he was cooking meat. So when he was cooking meat on the nights, I would just cook myself vegan instead of vegetarian. And the other advice would probably be just think as much as you can about those who are suffering for, the choice, and sort of think about them when you're trying to talk to your parents, but also don't try to sound crazy and just start yelling at them, because that doesn't really get anywhere, and then they just get very frustrated and think you're too young to do it.
Like anybody, you're gonna have people that don't agree with you, and the most important thing is just to don't agree with them back and just stand up for what you believe in.
Well, maybe say about the slaughterhouses. Well, maybe if we do an envelope and we just write, and inside it says go vegan, and a picture of what happens to the animals in the slaughterhouses. When they open it, they see some writing that says, this is what happens to the animals.
Well, maybe they can see if they have any friends that can help them convince their parents to let them go vegan, and then visit the sanctuary so they can see what active the animals are.
Okay, awesome.
If your parents are super aggressively not wanting you to go vegan, then I would just say if you really, really are dedicated to it, just try to avoid those items as much as possible. Show them the footage if you need to. Show them what they're kind of, dedicating their money to.
The best thing is to just realize that the parents are going to love you no matter what, and it can cause arguments and stuff, but at the end of the day, what I've remembered personally is that it might be different for other people, but for me it's not about me, and it's more about the animals. I can cope with going through a rough stage with my parents if it means that in the long run it's better for the animals. But I can understand that it is really difficult. I've had to buy my own food and stuff before. Not that my parents don't buy me food, because obviously they do, but that there isn't enough of what I can eat in the house. It does get better though. The first month can be tricky, but once everyone knows, your family will just have to get used to it, is what I would say.
They should reason with their parents, and because in the beginning my mom, she would tell us a whole bunch of statistics and everything, oh yeah, this is actually healthier for you than meat is, and she'll pull up a whole bunch of articles about how it's more beneficial than what regular people eat. So I think they should do that, but instead of I don't want to eat meat anymore because meat is murder, and then their parents will be all freaked out. So
well, you could show them videos or give them facts, or you could just ask them if you could start slowly, just cutting out red meat and then white meat and then ice cream and things with so much dairy, and then you could see if you could start out slow, and that might work. That probably would.
One tip is just do what you believe in.
I hope you found this video helpful. They took the words right out of my mouth. Just remember to educate yourself, come to your family with solid information, and remember that they're concerned because they love you. If you want to connect with the awesome kids you met today, check out their links below. And a huge thank you from me to each and every one of my guests and to you for watching. Now I'd love to hear from you too in the comments. Are you trying to go vegan? Are you already vegan and have some tips of your own to share? If you liked this video, do give it a big thumbs up and share it around to help other kids go vegan. If you're new here, do hit that big red subscribe button down there for more awesome vegan content every Monday, Wednesday, and some Fridays, and not to miss out on the rest of my videos for kids. If you're an adult and you want to help support Bite Size Vegan, check out either of the support links in the video description below, or click on the Nugget Army icon there, or the link in the sidebar. Now go live vegan, help educate your family, and I'll see you soon.
Do you have a favorite food, Jessie?
Mango, kiwis, and grapes.
Good ones.
And rice and broccoli and pizza.